Now, as part of graphic design best practices and branding initiatives, we need to get our typography in check. What I mean by typography? The actual texts, the fonts. So in this current case, I'm going to say just simply proceed with typography best practices for our graphics and branding material. Here we go. So now ChatGPT, based on the current theme and the priming that we have created in the first place, it's very important to prime it properly. It's going to incorporate the best elements for the headlines and the body of the text. That way you have a clear idea how to use it for your social media, for your flyers, for your posters, for your menus, and the list goes on. Take a look at this. This is the use case for the font or for the typography system. Font family suggestion, style, and notes. For example, for the logo, we have custom-made family font, modified, Montserrat, or Poppins. Then the details about the notes, or the notes about the details about the style of the font or the typography. Modern, bold sans serif with geometric edges for clean and structured outlook or look. This is part of your branding packages. When you're going to have all of these as part of the team communication, you pass it on to your team for your marketing materials where they use these specific fonts or texts. Headlines, H1 and H3. This is the font family. Montserrat bold or Poppins extra bold. Then subheadings, Poppins medium or Lato semi-bold. Body text, Open Sans regular or Lato regular. And by the way, you could just simply copy the font family into any application and you're able to just simply directly go to it. Even on a Word document, for example, you can do so. Now, to make things better, we could just simply have it as a table. The same way we have created this table for the hex codes for the colors, you could just simply have a table for the fonts, including the naming of the fonts. That way you could copy them and paste them. But we're not done yet. Take a look at the best practices. Since we have incorporated best practices as part of our prompt initiatives, it's going to tell you exactly what to do as part of your branding efforts. Font pairing. Use no more than 3 fonts total. Stick to the above pairing system for consistency across print, digital, and packaging. Very, very important. Hierarchy and sizing for the titles, subtitles, or the subheadings, body, and captions. It gives you exactly the points, the sizes that you need to use. White space and spacing, don't cram, use proper line height, 1.4 by 1.6. Text contrast, avoid all caps for body text. Tone matching, use typography that feels friendly yet premium. Why? Because we have a certain theme for our hypothetical restaurant project or a branding voice. Now, obviously, you could tweak this, but for the current application, it gets the job done. And by the way, you could just simply convert this to a PDF. I can just simply tell it, create a PDF with these details for download. So now ChatGPT will turn the typography requirements into a PDF that I could use for reference. I could use it when I'm designing something on a different tool or application, or you're passing it on to your graphics design team, marketing team, branding team, whatever it is. All of this with a couple clicks. But we're not done yet. I'm going to show you actually how to have a visual representation for these typography items. Sometimes, like myself, frankly speaking, I have no idea how these look like. For example, Montserrat bold or Poppins extra bold. Now, I'm familiar with Times Roman. These are basic fonts that we use, but I have no idea how they look like, right? And often, most probably, you're in the same boat. You have no idea how they look like. So how do we go about this? Very simple. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to ask ChatGPT right now to create a visual representation for these fonts along with the naming. That way you can use them to cross-check. Now, since it's creating this PDF for download, once it's done, you can just simply click and download the PDF for reference. Now, depending on the complexity of the PDF and the amount of information, this could take a while. If you notice over here, it says basically still in progress. Here we go. So this is the typography guide. You can just simply click to download and you're able to visualize it and use it for reference. But I'm not done yet. I'm going to ask ChatGPT, create a visual that shows every type of typography along with its visual representation. That way I can refer to it easily. Notice what we have done so far. We've created the color palettes, the logos, the typography as part of graphic design initiatives and branding initiatives, everything within ChatGPT so far. So now ChatGPT is going to actually create the typography visual representation where we get to see the font, how it looks like, and its name. Let me show you how. So as we're getting these results, let's take a look at the output. Here you go. Take a look at this very powerful result. Chops Typography, which is the hypothetical restaurant that we have talked about basically in our design. Notice it's actually writing with the text using the typography style of font. Logo, typeface over here, custom, Montezart, headlines, Montezart bold, subheadings. It's giving us a basic layout, basically, how these fonts look like. Here we go. If I click on this, the font and how it looks like. Here you go. Poppins medium, Open Sans regular, Open Sans italic. So I have the ability now to find its name, at the same time to identify how it looks, at the same time locate it within my application, which is very powerful for marketing initiatives, creating posters. And guess what? We're going to be learning how to create menus as well, literally a full-on menu using some of the tactics that I'm going to be teaching you. And we're not done yet. So now we have created our color palette, we've created our typography charts and visual representations for our project. It could be any project of yours, and some sample logos, 3 logos for reference. Now we're going to add some graphic design elements and patterns to help us complement our graphic design and branding efforts.